Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing today? I hope y'all are great. I'm over here feeling cute. Got my Fenty. Got a cute little beat going. But I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about cleansing. I get a lot of questions from a lot of you guys about cleansing. A lot of you guys are afraid of shampoos. You know you need to be doing it, but you don't want to. Yeah, I think a lot of us naturals are like that, right? And me on the opposite end of the spectrum, I am a cleanser junkie. I love clean hair. I live for clean hair. As someone who has previously experienced extreme buildup, which I will be talking about in a video after this, clean hair is imperative. And when you realize how difficult your natural hair journey can be if you don't have clean hair, you kind of become a little obsessed. So I wanted to come in and talk to you guys all about shampoos, co-washes, the nine. So if you're interested in getting a crash course in clean hair, then just keep on watching. Let's talk about shampoo. Shampoo gets such a bad rap. I feel like partly because we don't want shampoo to do what it is supposed to do. Even though there are shampoos on the market that can have moisturizing properties, I think a lot of people look to shampoo to moisturize first and cleanse last when they're going for a moisturizing shampoo or what have you. The problem is that's not what a shampoo is supposed to do. Shampoos are supposed to go in and clean your hair, get rid of impurities, get rid of old product, get rid of whatever you may have come in contact with in the air. I also think it's very important to keep your hair clean, because if your hair is dirty, how all them products you putting on your hair gonna get into, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to experience the full efficacy of your products. And not only that, but you're just leading yourself down to a road of buildup, as well as flakes and a whole lot of other issues. I feel like, just as a general rule of thumb, you need to go to a shampoo to clean your hair first. If I want something to condition my hair, I'm going to go pick up a conditioner. If I want to moisturize my hair, I'm going to go pick up a moisturizer. I'm not expecting a shampoo to leave my hair feeling like I just put a moisturizer in it. And that is one thing that we have to get out of the mindset of. If I want clean hair, then I want clean hair. And while there are products on the market that can give you a gentle, mild cleanse, gentle and mild being the key words here, those are still not going to give you the full effects of a true shampoo. So let's talk about the difference between clarifying shampoos and moisturizing shampoos. From a product formulation standpoint, y'all know I talk to a lot of the brand owners that I'm close to. And so from a product formulation standpoint, a clarifying shampoo is clear. Clarifying shampoos are going to remove product, remove buildup, remove dirt without depositing anything else onto your hair strand. And so typically your clarifying shampoos are going to be clear. They're going to go in, they're going to clean. They may have something in it like some aloe vera, you know, something like that, to slightly condition the strand. But general rule of thumb, your clarifying shampoos are going to be clear. They're oftentimes gel-like. We have some things that kind of deviate from that, but they are going to be clear. They're going to go in, they're going to do the cleansing, and that's it. Moisturizing shampoos are going to have a variety of oils. They may have ingredients that actually adhere to the strand and condition, so coating agents like cones, oils, things of that nature. Sometimes you'll see like fatty alcohols, This one in particular has triglycerides in there. We often talk about clarifying shampoos and moisturizing shampoos based on how our hair feels after, which isn't necessarily accurate, right? Because even though I hear people complain all the time that this is a clarifier, it's not moisturizing. From a formulation standpoint, that's not really what we're getting at, right? From a formulation standpoint, this is going to go in, it is going to cleanse your hair, but it is going to deposit something else, right? So you have oils, you have things that are naturally going to adhere to the hair strand a little bit. And so therefore, this is, in a sense, moisturizing, right? Even though it may not feel as moisturizing as some of your other shampoos, from a clarifying versus moisturizing standpoint, based on formulation alone, this is a moisturizing shampoo because it is depositing things. So if you have something that has like a lot of oils and butters and things like that in your shampoo, or something that has silicones in it, it cannot be a clarifying shampoo. Now, I get this question all the time: how can something cleanse and have silicones in it? Well, how can something cleanse and have 10 different oils in it? When you really think about it, it's the same concept, right? One is man-made and the other one isn't. Silicone is just synthetic oil. If you think about it in just bare bones terms, silicone is just synthetic oil. So if you feel that way about silicone in your shampoo, then to an extent you do kind of have to feel the same way about heavy oils and butters in your shampoos. They're doing the same thing. It's going to lift the product, it's going to lift the dirt, all those things off of your hair, because these shampoos do still have hydrophilic or water-loving properties to them. But it's also going to turn around and take those ingredients in that shampoo and deposit them onto your hair to help slightly condition your hair. Those have hydrophobic properties, as in water hating. So your oils, your silicones, your butters, things of that nature are all things that are going to come in and be deposited on your hair and be left behind. Some are going to do that more intensely than others. But just as a baseline layman's term, in terms of product formulation and understanding of products, you're going to have clarifying shampoos. They're going to be clear, they're going to get in, they're going to really get everything out of your hair, and they're not going to leave anything behind. And then you have your moisturizing shampoos that often are opaque. They're going to be slightly pearlescent. They're going to have ingredients in those formulations that are going to be deposited on your hair. So it's kind of like a double duty agent, right? There we go. I get a question all the time: how do I know what shampoo to use? And really a lot of that goes into years of working with my own hair and becoming aware of how my hair plays depending on what product I have in it, all that good stuff. You guys know my basic regimen that I build around. I like to shampoo at the beginning of the week, co-wash middle of the week, go through and do it all again, you know, at the beginning of the next week. I do also like to pay attention to what cleansing agents are in my shampoo. So if I'm going for something that's going to be a little bit more gentle, I'll go for typically like a cocoa betaine based shampoo. Cocoa betaine is a surfactant that is derived from coconut. So it is made to be more of a mild cleanser. It is easy to rinse out typically, and it's typically not as harsh as a lot of other detergents on the market. If I want something stronger, I'll look for something like C1416 alpha olefin sulfonate. That is a very strong surfactant. It really will go in and strip everything out of your hair. Or if I want something clarifying, I will also go for something that has a sulfate in it. Sulfates don't bother me. They've never bothered me. Sometimes I need a good sulfate. But there are also other shampoos with non-sulfate ingredients that are very stripping to the hair. again, C1416 alpha olefin sulfonate is very potent. It is a very potent cleanser. And depending on where it lies in the formulation and what other ingredients are infused into that shampoo, it can definitely strip your hair. I've also had products with cocoa betaine. One, for instance, is my She Scented Plum Nectar and Agave Curl Perfection Shampoo. This is cocoa betaine based. It does have a little bit of color in there, but this definitely does clarify for me. So it really just depends on how things lie in the formulation. You won't know what you prefer until you go out and try it. Like, there's no way for somebody to tell you what feeling you're going to prefer. You know what I mean? Until you actually try it and you know how different things work for you. I like to have a combination of cleansers in my regimen, from very, very stripping to strong to mild to basically co-wash, because I use a variety of products, right? And so for certain products that I use, I need something that's really going to get everything off. Or if it's like the end of the month, sometimes I do this at the end of like every 2 months, I'll go in with something really, really strong to get every single thing out, like every single thing out. And that really works well for me too. So it really just depends, you know what I mean, on what is in my hair, what I've been doing that week. For the most part, I keep my hair very clean. My hair is very clean. I always have a fresh base to start off with, which is what I enjoy. Really, when you're going in for the perfect shampoo, you really do want to think about what products do you use on a regular, what type of strength you like for your products, what do you do in a week. We talked about this in my regimen video. If you're someone who is working out, going on a run every morning, you're probably going to need something a little bit more than a co-wash at the end of your week. You just are, you know? While a lot of co-washes do have really good surfactants in them, like decyl glucoside and things like that, they are light and they are made to really, co-washes are made to condition first and clean later. And so a lot of times when I hear people talk about shampoos, I'm just like, you really sound like you want a co-wash and not a shampoo. You know what I mean? Like, we really have to take into account and think about what it is that we actually want when we're purchasing products, right? So I'm going to show you guys some different degrees of shampoos. This isn't meant to be like a favorite situation or anything. I just pulled a few from each category to talk about with you guys so that you guys can kind of get an idea of the different levels of cleansers that I use, and where I will use them depending on what I have in my hair. I have 3 clarifying shampoos here. The first one I will talk about, though, I don't have in front of me. I think it's still in a box downstairs. Every time I go down there, I forget to get it out of the box. It's the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tinkle shampoo. That shampoo, while sulfate-free, will strip you of your sins. It will strip you of your bad credit. Like, it will strip every single thought in your head. It is a very clarifying stripping shampoo. It is a clear shampoo, and it is truly clarifying. It's not going to go in and deposit anything on your hair. It's not going to add slip. None of that. It is going to raise your cuticle. It is going to get every single thing that you may have even considered putting on your hair out of your hair. It is a true clarifying shampoo. I hear a lot of times people say if I wanted my hair to be clarified, I would just go for a sulfate. But then y'all complain about sulfates not being natural. So it's like, which one do you want? Like, you can't have it both ways, sis. Like, there could be a whole host of reasons why you don't want sulfates. And so know that you can get the effects of a clarifying sulfate shampoo from things that have like cocamidopropyl betaine, C1416 alpha olefin sulfonate. Those are the 2 most popular. That's why those are the 2 that I'm mainly talking about. So again, the Bodyworks Peppermint Tea Tree. natural shampoo. This is made to cleanse and clarify. This one is sodium C1416 olefin sulfonate based. It does also have cocamide propyl betaine in there. So it has two really great surfactants in there. C1416 olefin sulfonate is very potent. This is a very potent cleanser. Oftentimes when I use this, I only need one wash. Sometimes I'll wash, rinse, and repeat if I have anything heavy in my head, but my wet lines, my heavier Eco Styler gels, anything that is super heavy like La Bea, those types of gels, for me, a lot of times I have to clarify them out because, I mean, I don't know how people be co-washing Eco Styler out. Actually, I know you don't be co-washing Eco Styler out, because if you co-washing it out, you ain't getting it out your hair. Like, I don't care how good of a co-wash I have some dope co-washes. You ain't getting it all the way out. Even if you feel like you're getting it all the way out, because I know that feeling. You ain't getting it all the way out. So I do like to shampoo those products out. And depending on what all I have on my head at the time, how dirty my hair is, all that good stuff, I'll go for this because I know it's going to get everything out. This will definitely raise your cuticle up a bit. It's not as bad as the Tea Tree Tingle from Trader Joe's though. That one is like, that one is the clarifier that you get when you have like a grease ball on your head. Like, nothing else is going to get it out. Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle will get it out. So you definitely want to make sure you're deep conditioning after using this. Want to make sure you're properly moisturizing your hair. Another really good one, again, is the She Scented Plum, Nectar, and Agave Curl Perfection Shampoo. This does clarify my hair, which I really enjoy. It's nice to have something that is a little bit more natural. That does really give me a good clarification session. So this does have some extracts in it, but this is not something that has, you know, oils or anything like that. This doesn't really have ingredients that are going to deposit a lot of stuff onto your hair strand. And I will just tell y'all, the way that my hair takes in product after using this shampoo, I feel like that's something that a lot of people, because they shy away from shampoos, don't really appreciate, is the way your deep conditioners work after you have a really good cleanse. There's just no comparison. Like, the way my deep conditioner will just literally right into my strands after a really good deep conditioning session. And that's what it's really about. Like, you need that foundation so that your deep conditioners can actually deeply penetrate. I hear all of these crazy ideas about, oh, I don't do this because it means your deep conditioner won't get in your hair as well, when really all you need to do is just wash your hair. Like, if your hair is clean, your deep conditioners are going to penetrate into your hair strand. Regardless of how little or how much water you have in your hair, if your hair is clean, your deep conditioners are going to penetrate. You're going all the way around the basketball court to get to the hoop, when really all you had to do was take 2 steps in front of you. You know, like, we make things so much harder than they need to be with natural hair, and I don't know why. But if you have clean hair, your deep conditioners are going to penetrate into your hair because your cuticle is going to be slightly lifted. So it makes deep conditioning, like, you really see the difference. And I always see the difference between using my more clarifying shampoos, or even just my shampoos that aren't super clarifying but are still strong. Like, I still see the difference in using those and then going in directly with the deep conditioner. It really does make a difference, guys. I promise you. Another one that I have recently really fell in love with is the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight. This is a water to foam shampoo, and this is sulfate, paraben, and silicone free. So this is really a clarifying shampoo. This doesn't really strip my hair, but I think really the effects that you get from this are going to depend on how much you apply. Because it is that watery texture, it's very easy to go overboard with this. Really allow the applicator to work in your favor. I really love to work this into my roots. I love to really get into my scalp with this, and this makes my scalp feel so good. Even though it doesn't have anything like peppermint, rosemary, tea tree, or anything like that, it just cleans so well that it makes my scalp feel so good. The ingredients in this do differ a bit from a lot of others. This one has cocoa glucoside, which you do see a lot in co-washes. It's typically used very mildly in co-washes and conditioner-based cleansers to give you, that's what will give you that light foam. So cocoa glucoside, decyl glucoside, those are also surfactants. And this works so well, way better than I expected it to. The more I use, the cleaner my hair gets. And so it's kind of one of those things where you really make this what you want it to be, you know? But I can use this when I need to clarify, and it works very, very well. And I like it because I can feel how clean my hair is, but it doesn't overly raise my cuticle. It doesn't make my hair feel tangled. It doesn't make my hair feel hard. So I'll go in with this, and then I'll either detangle or go straight into my deep conditioner. And it's just a whole experience. So, and now we're getting into moisturizing shampoos, all of different strengths. I've already shown it. Again, my Miche Cleansed. Y'all know I love this. This definitely really does give you a great cleanse. I like it because it does have quite a few different surfactants in it. So it does have cocamidopropylbutane, there's disodium cocoampho, dipropionate, as well as sodium C16 olefin sulfonate. So there's also sodium cocoisothianate. So this has a few different cleansers in it. You don't need a lot of this on your hair to get your hair clean, but this does also have a good mixture of extracts and oils in here. There's some triglycerides, there's vegetable glycerin. So there is a really good mixture in there, and I like it because it kind of gives me like, it kind of gives me Curl Perfection shampoo vibes, but it also leaves a little something something, you know? I wouldn't say that this is like moisturizing in terms of feel, but it is a moisturizing shampoo. This is not going to overly strip your hair. It's not going to overly raise your cuticle, but it does give a really good cleanse. So I can use this if I have a stronger gel in my hair. It works really well, as well as one of my faves, the Exotic Kool-Aid Minty Guava and Kiwi shampoo. This one is kind of a perfect example of a moisturizing shampoo with strength, because this one will get your hair clean. You can overdo it with this. I have come on camera and said I overdid it with this. You definitely don't want to over apply this, but this does have a lot of different oils in it. And when you kind of let it set, you can see the oils chilling at the bottom. You'll see like a clear blue situation here, and those are the oils that are in this. So even though this does give a very potent cleanse, this does have quite a few oils that will be deposited on your hair after rinsing. So I really enjoy this. It gives a really nice tingly feeling to the scalp. I feel like these two are definitely really good examples of strong cleansers that still have moisturizing agents in them, still have agents that are going to be deposited on your hair. I've heard people complain about these being stripping. Me personally, maybe it's just because I wash my hair so much that my idea of stripping is not everybody else's idea of stripping, you know what I mean? I want my hair to be clean. These make my hair feel clean, even though they do leave a little bit behind. They do make my hair feel clean. These are two that I feel like are like, if we're talking about just feeling alone, both of these are definitely in the moisturizing category, and I think a lot of that is just due to their texture and formulation. So I have the Uniqurl Supreme Moisture Moisturizing Shampoo. This one, I'm particular about when I use it. If I'm using it, I'm washing out something like its companion products. I can get out some Main Choice products with this. She Scented, Curl Origin, stuff like that. I'm using this when I want a shampoo. I want a good surfactant, but I still don't need anything heavy. Depending on the products I have, like my Curl Origin and my She Scented, oftentimes I don't feel like I need a super duper strong clarifier. So I will go for this because it's not as mild as a co-wash. It's not as strong as a clarifier or even these other two. It's smack dab in the middle. This has really great ingredients in it as well. This has a lot of oils and butters that are also going to help coat your hair. And this is packed with aloe vera. This is not just moisturizing in formulation, but moisturizing to the touch. I really enjoy this. It's not something that I can use every single wash day though. It's definitely I have light products on my hair. It's time for me to clean my hair, but I don't need to use something strong. This is that cleanser. And the next one, which bears a lot of similarities to this one, is the Adwoa Beauty Baomint Moisturizing Shampoo for dry textured hair. And this is a moisturizing shampoo. That is how Julian formulated this to be. I love the smell. I'm like halfway through this. Like, I go through shampoos. It's just that I have a few that I rotate through, so it takes forever to get through them. But this one does have a blend of oils in it as well. So this does have cocamidopropyl betaine, sodium cocoa isethionate, lauryl glucoside, sodium lauryl lactylate. So it has similar cleansing agents to the Uniqurl one. And they do have similar textures as well. But this one is even more packed with oils. It has for sweet almond, winter mint, peppermint, spearmint. There is a polyquat in here. There's pumpkin seed, lavender, rosemary. So this has really, really good oils. I would say that this one is definitely more cleansing than this one though. I think in part because this one does have shea butter in it, so it is a little bit more coating to the strands. This one still gives a nice cleanse though. I think she is planning on releasing a clarifying shampoo at some point though. She did mention that in a live, but it's a really great shampoo. I feel like you can have this in your collection and then just add a clarifier for, you know, use it at the end of the month or like once every 2 months, depending on how much you wash your hair. And you can be Gucci with this and those. I'm a little extra, so I like to have varying degrees of cleansing, but this is a really good one. It gets the hair nice and clean, but again, it goes back in, it deposits some oils, and it makes your hair just feel lush afterward. And then I did want to give you guys an example of something with sulfate that does also have dimethicone in it. And that is my Garnier Whole Blends Honey Treasures Repairing Shampoo. This was one of my favorite shampoos back in the day, and I still really enjoy it. It's just kind of falls behind some of the others. But this is a sulfate-based shampoo, so it has sodium laureth and sodium lauryl sulfate. This one also has lots of great ingredients, like there is honey, there's argan oil, there's royal jelly, there's aloe vera, but there are also some cones in here. What do? They do the same thing that the oils and butters in these two do. So really it's just ingredient preference, but they do the same thing. They go in and they clean, but they also deposit something as well. This is a really, really good moisturizing shampoo. It is. Even though it does have sulfates in it, it has other conditioning, coating conditioning agents in this to kind of go in and add some extra softness and kind of give your hair that like lush feeling, you know? It's not going to make your hair feel stripped. It's not going to make it feel overly cleansed. If you need a good place to start in the drugstore, this one is really good, as well as the original Cream of Nature Argan Oil Shampoo. That one's really good too, and I'm pretty sure that one also has cones in it, if I'm not mistaken. I have an old bottle of it somewhere in this house. But yeah, this is the same concept. It just has an ingredient that a lot of people don't like. But it does the same thing. It's the same logic. So I really enjoy this. It does make your hair feel lush. It gets the product, it gets the dirt out, and it leaves a little bit behind, just like the other two. All right, so I wanted to, before we finish talking about this, I wanted to talk about co-washes really quick, and then I just wanted to give you guys like a couple of notes, things that I do feel are important when it comes to cleansing. So I do have some co-washes here. You guys know I'm an avid co-washer. I love co-washing. I love my midweek co-wash. It gives me a boost. I like it because co-washes that do have some cleansing agents are going to lift my cuticle a little bit and allow me to reinstall moisture so I can get that water back into my curls. I can apply a leave-in and it's going to sink into my hair, and I can be confident of that. It's not going to do what a shampoo does though. I think a lot of people try to kid themselves into thinking that it will, and it won't. And listen, this is the thing. I have some people that tell me, oh, it's, you know, I feel bad because I've only been using this. And I'm like, listen, if you feel like it's working for you, do that. But I'm just talking about from a scientific, how your hair functions standpoint. You know, if you like it, I love it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to do something that I personally wouldn't feel comfortable telling you to do, you know? Especially as someone who has had buildup, okay? So one that I really love, I'm gonna crack the seal on it today because y'all know I recently emptied one of these. This is the As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp Olive and Tea Tree Oil Co-Wash. And I love this. One thing that I really love about As I Am co-washes is that there are gentle surfactants in here, some that you will see in other formulations of shampoos and things of that nature. The difference is where it lies in the formulation and its base. So this does have a conditioning base. The first 5 ingredients are water, betaine, cetyl alcohol, aloe vera, and citramonium chloride. So it has a conditioning base. If you have a conditioning base, what are you doing? You're conditioning first and cleansing second, right? As opposed to a shampoo where you are shampooing first and conditioning second, right? If it has some other agents in there, it's going to leave something behind, but you know, the main goal is to shampoo. And this, the main goal is to condition first. And you can see that by the ingredients. This has a lot of fatty alcohols. This is made with a lot of oils, but it does have a mixture of surfactants throughout the ingredients list. Now this one in particular I enjoy because it's medicated, even though I don't have any diagnosed scalp issues. Look, if you struggle with an itchy scalp, if you've been wanting to co-wash, you're worried about the effects that it may have on your scalp, I highly suggest getting this. And honestly, once you try this, you may not want to try anything else. This is such a good co-wash because it goes onto your hair. It's so smooth and buttery and creamy, and it conditions your hair. You get a slight foam, just a little slight. It makes your hair feel cleaner. It's not going to feel like you just use a shampoo though. It's not. Makes your hair feel cleaner, and it makes your scalp feel so good because of those medicated ingredients. If you've been wanting to try co-washes, but you're worried about the effects on your scalp, I get it. I understand. This is a really good one to have. Another good one is the One Love Co-Wash from the Dew. It detangles, it cleanses, and conditions in one step. Wash day in a jar. Now, while this is not the only thing I would use for a wash day product, this is another one that does have cleansing ingredients in there. So there is decyl glucoside, 4th on the list, and you can tell that this has a surfactant a little bit higher up because this one does actually give you a little bit of foaming action. It's not going to foam the way a shampoo does though. Again, this is a conditioner base. It is a chunkier co-wash. I've been using this a lot lately. I haven't particularly prioritized anything. I've just literally been rotating through whatever I have, trying to give my She Scented ones a break because I use them a lot. I also love a good butter shampoo. The butter shampoos are a wonderful midweek cleanse. These also have decyl glucoside, and you can tell because these do kind of foam. These foam a little bit more than these. But this one in particular does have heavier ingredients than my Shea Ayurvedic. This one has, the first 5 are decyl glucoside, sodium lauryl lactylate, cocoa butter, aloe juice, and potassium cocoate. So you have some butters in there. There's also some bentonite clay in here. There's wheatgrass, spirulina, barley, avocado oil, olive oil. There's so much good stuff in here. So this is truly like a truly conditioning cleanser. I actually have a video. If it's not already up on this, it will be coming up, but I did do a video on this. The butter shampoos are great because you kind of get the best of both worlds. You kind of get that satisfying, slightly creamy lather, but your hair feels literally like butter. So these are really great too for a midweek cleanse. Or if you're someone who just never uses, like you're not part of the oil and butter crew, like you use stuff that's very light on the oils and butters, then I could see being able to get away using this, you know, at the end of each week. Another one I feel like you could do that with is the Chocolate Kinks and Curls. Right now, I have the Aloha Rose Clay Wash. I haven't used the other two yet. If you don't use a lot of heavy stuff in your hair, I feel like you could get away with using this because it's literally a cleansing and conditioning step in one. Now, this one differs because it does use clay. So this has water, rose clay, rose powder, aloe powder, and BTMS. I do not suggest using clays as alternatives to shampoos. There's been a lot of research done on those, and it really has been found that clays are pretty much akin to co-washes, you know. The benefits of clays, especially if you live in environments with hard water, is that they will attract certain minerals in your water. So like a lot of people that I know, they will shampoo, and then they will do a clay detox. A lot of natural hair salons, they will tell their clients, you know, you need to shampoo and then do a clay detox if you live in hard water environments, which I think is really, really smart. So these are great if you have hard water. I love the way that these feel in my hair. And I really like the way that this one felt on my scalp. It definitely pulled up a lot of what was on my scalp. So this will definitely get a lot of stuff out of your hair. For me, it is a midweek cleanse. But like I said, if it's working for you, that's great. I'm just not going to tell y'all to do something that I know I shouldn't tell y'all to do. I got to be responsible over here, okay? So yeah, that is everything y'all need to know about shampoo. I hope this video was helpful to those of you who have been kind of struggling with shampoos and also gives you guys some ideas of things to try. I always suggest having at least one moisturizing shampoo and one clarifying shampoo. That way you don't, you know, you have options and you're not stuck with one thing that may not work for every single thing you do, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your favorite shampoos? Even though I really don't need no more shampoo. I really need to stop buying shampoo, but we're not going to talk about that. What are your favorite shampoos? Leave it down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.